When you are looking to make improvements into your home decor, one of the first things people consider are the windows. That is, until you look at the prices, and then that sticker shock sort of sends you back to going, I think I'm okay with what I have. Well, Heather Sanders with the Restyle Group says, don't be paralyzed with sticker shock. Just learn more about the Splurge Save model and then get to work.
That's right.
Splurge Save model.
Splurge Save means we got to spend a little bit in some spots, but if you know the secrets and you know how to shop right, we can save in some others.
All right.
And windows are one of those things when I come into clients' homes, the windows aren't done and they can't nail, like, why does the space not feel done?
Let me just be honest, my front room, no windows.
No windows. Right, and here in Arizona, no architecture, no frames on the windows,
Nope.
so you got to do something.
Okay.
And I brought some examples and some photos to show the viewers at home what we can do to splurge save.
Okay.
The first tip I have for you, and this is frequently overlooked, is go to the remnant bin at the at the fabric store.
Okay.
The remnant bin is not necessarily stuff that's out of style. It's just left over from projects, and there's not enough to sell it on the floor.
Oh, good call, because I really thought that that meant that, you know, they're phasing it out, it's no longer in style, you know.
Right.
And how do you know if you're getting something good from that?
Well, if you like it is the number one
Okay.
thing. So make sure if people walk right by it, check it. And I have a little test for you.
All right.
I found these two friends in the remnant bin, and I would like to know, one of these is double the price of the other. Can you tell the difference?
No.
Not so much.
No. If I had to guess, I don't know.
You don't know. This one's actually a silk, and this one's a synthetic. So not only were they in the remnant bin, so they were already marked down, but my other tip is go for copycats.
Okay.
So you like a fabric, you like a particular weave, go ask the professional and say, hey, I really like this. Can you find a copycat for me?
Okay.
And like in this example, 50%.
What's the difference? 50%?
50% discount.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's big.
All right, well, let's take a look at some pictures, because I think sometimes when we look at them on the wall, it really makes
helps.
even more sense to us. So what is this an example of, and why did you like this?
I found this one online. It's a phenomenal example of what I call the no-go. And what this means is if you don't need light control or privacy, go for no-go treatments. Like the panels that you're looking at, they don't move. They're
okay,
no-goes.
so they're stationary. Okay, they're not going anywhere.
They're
All right.
stationary. It uses less fabric. You still get to soften up the stucco and those hard lines.
And you know what? In this window too, we see a lot the architectural round thing at the top of windows that so many homes in Arizona have. And
Absolutely.
You're like, what do I do
What
with
do
that?
I do with it? So go for the no-go.
Fantastic.
We have another photo that I brought. That's a top treatment. Again, stationary no-go. It doesn't move. It's using less fabric. Great looking house. They again had those Arizona windows. What do you do with them?
All right, it's just softening that room and
Absolutely.
really putting the final touch. I mean, there's minimal decor everywhere else. You've got, of course, the punch of orange, but all right.
Absolutely. My next trick is, and people don't often think about this, be trendy.
Really?
Yeah, be trendy, and let me tell you why. When you go with what's trendy, you're going to be able to find it all the way from your super high-end fabrics all the way
it's gonna
down to
be
your
there.
big box stores.
Okay.
And I brought a great example of this. Everything we've got here, these are these fun fabrics, fun patterns. This is the iCat. You're going to see it all over the place. Down here, we've got that fun green trellis.
This one over, I'm trying to...
Down at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Super popular. You're going to see it everywhere. And when you see it everywhere, it means, again, it's going to be at your discount stores as well. And I brought an example with us. This guy down in front,
Describe it to us. Okay,
this is
one?
the Suzanne print. You will see that all over, which means
It's very like it's like a world fabric, you know?
very much so. And again, it's a trend. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be around forever.
So how do you use trends without getting sick of them really quickly?
Well,
Just in spot places?
Let me actually tell you, I was able to find a store-bought treatment. If you look at the picture we've got of the Suzanne, it's $30 per panel. Phenomenal price. Again, if that trend goes out of style, it's no big deal. You can swap out those window treatments super easily.
Let's go to the next picture while we already have it up here and explain to us what we're seeing here.
This is great. So for folks that don't want to do custom, they maybe don't sew, or they're completely overwhelmed by this entire thing, that's actually a client's home. It was a DIY project. They used a glue gun, a stapler, and stitch witchery.
Really?
That cost them about $100. Basement, they needed to soften up the window treatments, or soften up the walls, excuse me. Super, super simple, super easy.
You've brought a lot of other things, so guide us through just quickly another 3 tips that perhaps you have, or 2, I've lost track.
The tips are actually on the Snore and Living website. You can get all of them. I brought actually what's hot. We've got all of the natural, the burlaps, everywhere you're seeing this fun print with all of the scrolled writing.
Love that.
Kind of calling this the French laundry look. You'll see that all over town.
Okay.
Again, when it's popular, you can get it on a budget because it's in all the stores.
Okay.
And then over at the end here, this is really big. We're calling this traditional twist. And by that I mean it's a take on the old traditional fabrics, traditional patterns, but they're blown up, they're punched out, and they're a lot fresher. So
and would we do an entire window treatment with that, or would we do those stationaries where it's a little bit, what would you recommend, or does it depend on the window?
You know, it depends on the window, depends on the budget, and it depends on how brave you are. So my other tip of the day is if you want to go store-bought, if that's your option, you probably don't want to do too much pattern. You may want to go for solids. You can find them everywhere, super savings, super easy.
We can find them anywhere, and we can find you pretty much anywhere in the Valley because all we have to do is give you a call and say, come help me, please, and you can help us really work with any budget, whether we want to go the store-bought route and we want some consultation on how to do that, or we really want something custom, we can do that through you.
That's right.
Thanks so much. Lots of great information, and we're going to have it recapped on SonoraLiving.com along with a link to reach Heather at the Restyle Group.